So welcome back to another video, and today we're going to look at something a little bit different. It's die-cast car or toy car. I'm going to go on my little box of goodies down here. We've got lots of stuff to look at on this channel, but let's rip out something that I found in Thailand many years ago. It's the Takara Tomy. I'm a huge Takara Tomy fan. I'm going to butcher this. It's the Choro Q or Cheerio Q. I like to call them the penny racers. You would have seen some video games back in the day about these little guys. This is the NSX concept. We've got a couple to look at. Let's take a look at the Takara, and here I go, Cheerio Q. So let's take a closer look at my very small collection of Choro Q Takara Tomy pullback penny racer cars. Some JDM goodness here in front of you. And this is all I've got. I actually wish I had more. I will be adding to my collection now that I've pulled these out of storage. What are these? Well, Choro Q Takara Tomy make a lot of different style cars. This is their penny racer style. There was video games named after this branding. I played it when I was a young fella. I think on the Sega Saturn, I played the Choro Q Market, I think it was called. I'll try and throw up some footage of that whilst I'm talking. And you would have seen some knockoff versions of this. And also there's some versions at the moment here in Australia that you can get from Kmart that are trying to take on the same flavor, which I will do a review on those in the future and put them side by side. So here are my five. They're around about $10 each in Thailand when I purchased them in 2014. Now are 35 bucks a pop on eBay. You can actually find some very rare and unique versions of these, some special editions, and they fetch a pretty penny. No pun intended. Well, let's start with my favorite out of my five. We'll look at all of them, but I do want to show off the NSX first, and I'm not going to be able to read everything for you because of course a lot of it's in Japanese. This one actually has the car down the bottom, Honda NSX. Some of them won't, and you'll see that. And you can also see the function of the penny on the front of the box itself. The car is doing its wheel stand. Up the top, this is a pullback function toy car. They are a plastic car. We will take a look at I'd say the detail and the make, and it looks really good. For me, I'm happy with how they've turned these out. Around to the side, we've got the rear of the NSX where the penny drops in. Some more Japanese, you can see here, pullback function, penny in the rear. She does a wheel stand and off she goes. I like it. I think it's cool. I think it's really cool. And there is the front of the NSX. So let's get him out of his box. And I haven't had these out for a very long time. Now, look, this is back in the days when we were still using plastic wrapper. And here he is. I mean, straight away, if you're a JDM nut like myself, you know that's an NSX. I mean, the rear spoiler will tell you that as well. In bold red with some carbon fiber style sticker on the rear. But look at that, I love it. It's a very tuned version of the car, big fat rear wheel. And as you can see, it sits almost like, and I will tilt the camera down so you can see, it sits like a little hot rod. Take a look at him. I think it looks incredible. And if you do pull it back, and it's going to go pretty fast, you can see the pullback function. Now, I don't have a penny on me. I will show you some B-roll of having some Australian coins in the rear. I think our 5 and 10 cent piece will sit in the rear. But let's have a look at some quick details before we move on to the next one. We've got a painted on windscreen wiper, a single windscreen wiper. You can tell at the front that it's a Honda because you've got the Honda badging. And again, I'll do some B-roll at the end. Some blacked out rims, and this being red is really hard to bring up on camera. We've got that massive penny holder. It's Q08 out of that run of cars for that year. I can't tell you exactly what year this was made. And then underneath you can see you got the pullback motor inside. So that is our NSX. Let's move him in the background. We'll go with, let's go the GDR. This is my second favorite. I'm a big GDR fan. Here we go again. You can see he's doing his wheel stand. No name down the bottom on this one. You got the GDR R34, which is obviously the model and make, but no Nissan Skyline or anything like that. Up the top, we still got the pullback function, and I can't show you because I've got the camera down. Around to the side, that's the rear of your Skyline, the iconic hot plate lights. Again, some more of the same, and then the front. But let's rip him out. Let's take a look at him. Oh, this one does have a penny in it. Oh, there you go. Actually, it might have. Oh, well, that's a surprise. I have not opened these up for years. Well, there you go. We have got some Thailand money in the back of that. So I don't think this is going to be heavy enough to make a dual wheel stand, but you can see how the penny now fits. The penny has now dropped. If I actually pull that back, will I do a wheel stand? No, so it's not heavy enough. So I will try and do a B-roll of our money, but I actually forgot that we kept a penny or Thailand coin in it. So let's start at the rear. You got the iconic hot plates. You've still got both of them in there. Yes, two of them are covered because of the massive penny holder. The rear spoiler, the detail doesn't stop on these little guys. Black rear spoiler, the double diffuser action happening here. Is that DRS? I'm not too sure. Does it open up? On the side, you can tell that's an R34. This is the cop car version, your highway patrol in Japan. Now you can see the rims, with the grey out rims with the massive back rear tyre. I think the rear tyre looks cool. Onto the front, pretty much blacked out. Is that an intercooler we see through there? I mean, that would have been nice if it was a big intercooler painted silver. Headlights are painted silver. Onto the top, the lights do not work on these, but it's a nice little touch. And again, onto the passenger side. So let's put the penny in this one, and let's park him side by side with the NSX, and they look really cool just sitting there. Next up, let's go one of the MX-5s because we have two to look at. This is your NC MX-5, Mazda MX-5, or Miata if you're playing in another country. In Australia, we call this an MX-5. This is the NC model, and again, there's no writing there stating that it is what it is. It just tells you the model itself, NC. Pullback function again. We're going to have the tanned interior, which is a really nice combination on this car. In Australia, these are becoming quite collectible in the real world, and that green and tan is very collectible. It's even got the chrome rollover bar. So there's the rear of your NC Mazda MX-5. Again, around to the front, but let's crack him open. I don't know what other surprises we are going to find in here because I don't remember keeping a penny in all of them. Maybe I just kept one penny. Oh, this one looks good. I haven't seen these. Oh, he's already taken off for a long time. This one has got really good detail. So let's start at the front. And this green's going to be really hard on camera. I'll try and I hope I can brighten it up in the editing phase. But got the nice, beautiful Mazda in green. The front, we've got the Mazda logo. You can tell by the logo itself. Got little indicators. We've got the front grille painted on, headlight all silver, blacked out front screen. I love that they've done the convertible with the rollover hoop bar and that tanned interior, and you can see the motor function inside. On the side there, it looks like a little hot rod. Take a look at that. Around to the back, we have we'll call it the number plate, I guess, the penny holder, and it's covering up the rear lights as well onto the side. Just curious, is this one going to do a wheel stand if we put the penny in? Probably not. Oh, almost. Hold on. Yeah, no, this one does. Here we go. Let's see. It's going to be too quick on camera. There you go. So it is doing a mono because this one's obviously a lot lighter. So let's just let him spin his wheels out. And the motor keeps on going. So obviously pullback function. So let's park the MX-5 there. Next up, let's go Honda NSX because we've already done the MX-5. This is the second NSX that we have. This is the Honda NSX concept. You can tell by the writing here. They've happily enough let us know. And again, up top, you've got the function of the pullback. Around to the back, we've got the big penny holder number plate. Of course, some more junk on the back, and then the front of the Honda itself. What goodies are we going to find inside this one? Any more pennies? No more pennies. And there was no instructions. There was no little handout booklet in it. This is exactly how they came when I purchased them 10 years ago. And there we go. And they're a little bit dusty. Let's just give that a quick clean. And there we go. He looks good. It looks so cool. The tuned version of it. Let's have a look at the finer details. Blacked out front on this one. We've got the headlights with, of course, these had the LED style at the front. You can see how they've done the little notch outs to make it look like it's got those separated LED lights. Really good detail on such a small toy plastic car. We've got some air vents painted in black onto the side. I think in America they will call this the Acura. Around to the rear, we've got the rear tail lights, some diffuser action happening here, and then you got the light bar on the rear. Blacked out top roof, and this one isn't as tinted. You probably won't see that on camera, but I can see the mechanics on the inside of the car itself. And then we have the same grayed out wheels with the big fatty on the rear. Let's chuck a penny in the back of this one. Let's see if this one does a wheel stand as well. Okay, so this one doesn't, but they are quite fast. I mean, I'm not pulling them back to their faster speed. Let's see if we can lock it out. Here we go, it's locked out. Ready? Very quick. Oh, wow. So there we go. That is the Honda NSX. We've actually got two Honda NSXs. Let's put the Skyline there, Mr. NSX there, and we'll put the newer version of the NSX here. And last but not least, and again, I am going to add to this collection, and I will do a comparison video coming up of the Kmart versions that I have found. This is what sparked me to do this video, because they've now released their own versions. I hope I can still find those. Here we have the ND MX-5. Now, I had a NB, so I've skipped my own number that I had. I think I had an NB, or did I have an NC? No, I had an NC in real life. So here is the ND, again, penny in the rear, pullback function. Let's have a quick look at the back. I like this. In the red on this one looks really good. So more Japanese. There is the front. Do we have another penny? Yes, we do. Look at that. We have another penny. So let's pull him out. This has got to, now I hope this comes up on camera, and it probably won't. I'm going to give it a quick clean. This is a metallic red finish, and I'm going to see if I can get that in the light. There you go. And again, stay till the end for some quick B-roll of these. But we've got the ND, I think I said, MX-5. You can tell by the big smiling grille at the front. We've got the painted headlights again. We've got the Mazda logo. On the side, we've got the blacked out rims with this beautiful, really nice paint job. We've got black interior. Do we have a black hoop bar on that? We've got like a similar hoop bar to the other MX-5 we saw. Around to the rear, let's take the penny out. I love those rear tail lights. It looks good. Hidden by the big penny holder. And of course, let's drop him in and sit him down. So there you go. There is the Choro Q penny races, I'll call them. Of course, not officially called penny races. There is a video game. Check it out with emulators and ROMs. And if you can find the game itself, which I would now be trying to purchase that game to play it and relive it. These are really cool. I will do a video of the Kmart versions. We'll put them side by side and see the quality. I think these are great quality. What's your thoughts in the comments? Please let me know. I've got some weird and wonderful toy cars to show off, plus some RC stuff, so stay tuned to the channel. But now I think it's time to do a bit of a B-roll with these guys.